Y'all good?
Yep.
All right. Hey, everyone. You're with Cinthia Varkevisser and Aidan as my special guest. And we are doing a session of Strip Down What's Stuck, where we take something that is really busting Aidan's gut and turn it into something down to its essence, and then get some quick steps so that he can move on through it. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay, great. So I was just telling Aidan that when we go on, the most important thing for me is for him to get the best information possible. And to do that, if he doesn't understand, it's important to speak up. And if he disagrees, it's absolutely okay and to talk about that, right? And what I will do is I won't change my message, but I will change my words and delivery so that you'll understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So here's what I got for you, Aidan. You've had a pretty interesting year. First, we're going to talk about your life cycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I'm feeling right now is that you're a little bit stuck. Like, I'll call it like identity. It's not a crisis, but like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Does that make sense or no?
Yes, it does make sense because it is confusing because there's like a lot that I enjoy doing and like I want to like go further with it, but like I don't know because I don't know like which one to choose or like where to go with it really.
Right.
So I do understand that. Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, it's not like an identity crisis, like who am I? But
Yeah, it's
there's
not
a
that.
part, yeah. So I want you to know that you are in a beautiful place just for the next couple months where just go try something. You're not going to fail. You get to decide whether or not it's something that it's worth pursuing even further. So what I tell people in these cycles is that if you want to be, a ballerina today, go take a dance class. And then if you've had enough, even if you loved it, tomorrow, if you want to be a dentist, then go, look at sets of teeth and get your curiosity going that way, because you're in a year of new beginnings. It's a time to explore. There's tons of do-overs. There's not a whole lot of demerits for changing your mind. Okay. That doesn't happen very often where you get to change your mind and everybody goes, good for you, Aidan. Good for you. Right.
Yeah, that's
So give yourself this chance, because what's going to happen is as you have your birthday and move solidly into that age, your focus is going to change from that of what do I want to do, to, ooh, look at that person over there. How do I want to be in a relationship? Okay. How do I want to be in a relationship with my family? How do I want to be in a relationship with my friends? How do I want to be in a relationship, and just be a grown up that way?
yes.
So let's take advantage of this new beginnings while we can. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So there's a part of you that was afraid to make missteps. Like, oh my God, if I fuck it up today, I'm going to be 50 and really regretting everything.
Yeah, that is actually true because like I like like I don't like I understand failure is like a thing, like you can fail, right? But like I don't know why I'm just like like I don't enjoy it when that happens. So I'm just like
But you're not really failing. You're just changing your mind. That's the
yeah.
beauty of it. Okay. So it's about reframing. Like, you're not failing. It's like that kind of sucked, because here's the deal about failing. A lot of times, I'll use this business, right? I love doing readings. I've been doing readings since I think even before your mom was born, right?
Really?
So yeah, I've been doing it for 27 years. So not as old as your mom, but definitely older than you, right?
Yes, definitely older than me.
And so uh uh when I started doing this work, I would build up and then I quit, and then I would build up and then something happened. So I don't call those failures, because what happens is that each time I'm like, I love this so much, I need to find a way to redo this, or to make it work. All right.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen for you. You
Mhm.
will, the only time you dump out early is when you're afraid that it's going to, it's going to turn into something.
Yeah, that,
Right.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I haven't really thought of that. What the yo? Like I always try to finish it. Like I always try to finish stuff, even if it's going bad or something like that. Like I at least try to finish it, so I have that experience or something.
And you know what? And I would say 9 times out of 10, that is the absolute correct thing to do. However, you are the one that gets to call the experience complete, right? So, you could say, well, I had a really good time fishing and it's not for me. Thank you so very much. Here's your pole back, and right here, here's your pole and here's your bait. And, maybe the next time when I want to use it as an excuse for something else. So, so that's what that's all about. This, all this indecision is actually making you a little bit tired and keeping you in your head.
Yeah, I am very indecisive. Yeah, because most of the time I don't even know, like I said earlier, I don't even know what to do, or which one to choose. I do have a little bit of trouble choosing, unless it's what food I want. Then unless it's what kind of what I want at a restaurant, then I'll obviously know what. But if it's something big, what I want to what job, or what I want to do in the future, then it's then that's when I get indecisive and stuff.
There's no wrong right now. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no wrong choice, even to the point of, if 2 months in that this is not the job for you, right? What you want to do is take the time working one more month to say, is it the field? Is it the person? Is it right?
Yeah.
Is it the environment? And then from there, you can go ahead and make your next step. That is not a bad thing. And you get to do that for a little while. So do it. Right.
Yes.
And enjoy. It really is. It's like taking summer school.
Yeah.
Right. They're all temporary. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that for the rest of your life. So here's what I heard. I heard from my higher power that this is what I heard about you. This man is shy and holds low vibes within to show high vibes throughout. And I'll explain that in just a second. Okay. Yeah. It's important for him to acknowledge his thoughts in order to shift his frequency. So here's the deal. There's a part of you that you hold very private, and this privacy, you don't really tell anybody. Okay. Now, I want to make sure that we're in agreement with this. Otherwise,
yeah. So sometimes I do hold it private most of the time, but I do tell some people. I tell some people when I'm feeling down or something like that, and I need some just reassurance, or just something to get me back up again, So I do tell people sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I do, because I do have my own coping mechanisms and stuff like that. But yeah, I am typically a happy person outside. I do try to just spread happiness and shut people down.
No, and I hear it and I see it, and you're absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you have these little thoughts, and it's really important to let the little thoughts out, because then what happens is there's a buildup.
Yeah.
Right. And then when the buildup happens, there's really no label to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing. It's just one of those things. So I love that you said that you have coping mechanisms. And so my response to that is shift your coping mechanisms just a little bit, amp them up a little bit, meaning be a little bit more aware so that you don't get down. When you get down, you get really down. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And so it's really important to do that. Now, once you start doing this, what happens is it's going to shift your frequency, and you're not going to want to keep those low vibes anymore, because, right, it's kind of like filling your gas tank with garbage,
Yeah.
right? And then you find out, oh my God, if I use the right gasoline, it's, it runs better. It's, the gas lasts longer. My car
Yeah.
feels better, right? So it's the
Yeah.
same thing for you right now. You're filling your tank a lot more than you need to.
Yeah. Overflowing kind of.
Yeah, you don't even want to get to overflowing. You
No,
actually,
you don't really, but like
right.
that's like
That's where you go, but that's where you go. Okay.
yeah.
So it's important. Do you do you draw or write?
I do actually write. Yes, I do. I do have like my stories on like Google Docs or like Word yeah, I do like I do write. Yes.
Perfect. So now what I'd like you to do is I would like you to um write, and you can call it Little Voices, you can call it whatever you want. Give it a story, give it a theme, and then throw your stuff in there. Go ahead and journal it, or you can, what I do is I call it a burn ceremony.
Mhm.
And I write things down, and then I find a really safe place. I don't know if you have a fireplace. And then
I do I know at my mom's house I have a fireplace. Do well, yes, yep, I have a fireplace here. Yes, I do.
okay,
Yes.
great. And if it's working, right, then you go ahead and then you can just burn it. You can do whatever you want. What I like to do is I like to take my things, my I call it a God box, and it's a lot of people have it. And
Mhm.
whatever their worries or the things that they don't like, they just write it down, fold it up, and then they put it away. So it's not in your body. Okay.
Oh,
Then when the box gets full, then you can do a burn ceremony.
okay.
There are so many ways that you can do this, but it's really about cleaning out these things, because your coping mechanism is no longer serving you in the way that it used to.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that I never thought I never thought of it like that. Like, yeah, I mean that does make sense because I just never thought of it like that. Yeah, like I was just never thought of it that way. Yeah, like
But why would you?
I mean,
Right?
except why would I think of
Why would you? It's like, it's been working. Why not? Right?
exactly like
Yeah. So here's the thing. You're a man now, and that's a thing that you have a really hard time saying.
yeah, yes, it is. I do because I do not enjoy feeling like older, right? Like I like to like just like have the like the young youthful feeling, right? Like I don't like to feel old. That's my thing. Yeah, like
Oh my
I
God.
don't know.
If your parents aren't old, you're definitely not old.
Yeah.
So all you're doing is that you're giving yourself a rite of passage by changing your title.
Yeah,
That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing, right? Nothing
yeah.
changes. You don't all of a sudden get wise, or you don't all of a sudden get backaches. So you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. All you're doing is getting more comfortable in your body. Okay.
Yeah.
And in your
Uh-huh.
energy.
Yes, that makes
Okay.
sense.
So
Mhm.
call yourself a young man, call yourself whatever, however you want to do it, right? But
Yeah.
start wearing it, because that's also going to help you shift up those that tank that you have filled with your little voices,
Yeah.
right? And that's
Yeah.
what I hear. I hear it almost does sound like little voices to you. So
Kinda. I do. It kind of. I do have like a like kind of like a way like because I typically write like fiction like heavily fictional stories, right? Like none of the stuff I write in my stories is happening in real life. Like, but
mhm,
like the characters I put in my fiction stories, I sometimes right, I sometimes put like attributes that like I sometimes like use like my fiction stories to kind of like cope in a way. I don't like,
yeah,
but like that or like I give like attributes of myself to like some of my characters or like not all of them, some of them, but like I don't want to say to self insert, but like it kind of not it kind of is because like I because like whenever I'm like, okay, because like I'll give like an example. Like whenever I'm like upset at something, I'll like use I'll like use one of my own characters and like write about like them being like angry at some, because I do have like a character that's like always like super mega angry, right? So I'll like so I'll like use that character and write about how he's like super angry and
Sure.
like how he's like, just like enraged and just like doing all this stuff. So like that's what I do sometimes. Yeah.
I totally get it. And I love that. What I would love for you to do then is just when you do your writing, it doesn't have to be a journal.
Yeah.
Again, just make it a little bit of a scribble and throw it aside. What will
Mhm.
happen is it'll still be make your character super robust. It just doesn't sit in your body.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mhm.
that's going to help. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, you know what? We've been just talking about the things that came up for me. Do you have any questions for me?
Do I have any questions? I mean, I like, okay, wait, I think I forgot. Like, what's the God box again? Like, what's that again? I was
A guide box, it's really just a container. And it's not like a super sacred thing. A lot of people do it. Mine happens to be metal, but you can take any container.
Mhm.
And then what you're saying is that you're going to let God take care of it for today. So you take the thing that
Ah,
bothers you and write it down, and then you put it in your God box. And what you're saying is, I don't have the time and I don't have the energy to keep this in my, to keep this in my body. So it's going to take, the universe, God, whoever you want to call it, is going to take
mhm.
care of this for me so I can go ahead and move on.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
that makes sense. Yes.
So it's really important for you to do it because you have a lot of little voices that come in. And
Yeah.
then what happens is it turns into like a classroom filled with a bunch of voices. And then
Yeah.
it kind of overwhelms, right?
Okay. Yep. Like
Yeah.
a talkative classroom. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I get
Like
that.
and they won't shut up, right? And
Yes.
so and so really by putting it in God box, you're going like recess. This is recess time.
Okay.
And you just take it down.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. That I understand that. Yep. I
All right.
understand that now. Yep.
Yeah. So do you have any questions from like not questions about what we just talked about, but do you have a challenge that I can help you with? I know that you're having a hard time thinking about what you want to explore.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
do
going
have
to
a hard time with that. Yeah. I just like really want to know like how I would like get better at that, like feel more confident in like what I want to explore. Cause like sometimes I know what I want to explore, but then I'm like, wait a minute, no, but what about like this? But then like, what about this other thing that I maybe want to explore? I don't want to just leave that behind. Like, but then what about this? Like, so it's like, I just want to know how to feel like more like just like 100%, like 110% sure that I am sure that I want to explore this thing. Like, I just want to know how to do, like, how to be like that.
well, I have to tell you that everything that we're going to talk about, it's not going to be your forever thing. Okay.
Mhm.
But they're really what it's going to do is that it's going to build your confidence for the next thing. Right. And it's going to give you the opportunity to learn without feeling like you have to learn it. You're learning because it's fun.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All
Okay.
right. Now, there's a part of you that, which cracks me up because I don't think of you this way when I see you and your happy, bubbly personality. There's a part of you that's very Lego engineer like, right? So you like it when things click into place. You like things when they have a foundation and when they build on each other. Does that make sense when I say that?
Yes. I do I do like things that like build upon like this and like build upon this like do like a Lego tower or something like that. Because I do it even in my own. That's like I do it. That's why I like That's why I like in writing stories, because because what I do, I build my story upon like other things that happened in the previous story. Like so it's like building up to like this ultra mega like moment in the story, the high climax or something. Like, so that's like the final battle or something. So that's why I like, so I just, that's why that's one of the reasons I love writing stories, because like I can just, that's what I mainly do. I could just build up upon stuff. So yeah, that's what I
Okay.
like.
All right. So we're going to go to the obvious. I'm not even going to say this is a psychic thing. Why are you not pursuing writing?
I
Why
know,
are you not?
I know, because
Just
like
curious.
there's other, because I'm just, because there's a lot of other things that I like doing as well, because I like streaming. I like streaming on like Twitch or like some other site. I I kind of like cooking too.
I could
I
tell.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, because I do cook sometimes. I help like I help the parents out with cooking and stuff like that. There was one time where I even like bought, like I went out, bought some food off like a budget. It was like practice off like a $50 budget. I bought spaghetti and noodles and then bread too. And
Mhm.
then I had all under $50. And I had that and I brought it home and I fed a family of 6. Now I was like, I felt proud of myself for doing that. So like I do enjoy cooking, because like I just enjoy like seeing, everyone like just like consume what I made. So I'm just like this is just
Feels
making me
good,
happy.
right?
Yeah.
It feels good. And this is what you like, is that cooking has building blocks,
Yeah.
right? So you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, and then it builds. And
Yeah.
then you can build a simple fare, and then you can make it bigger, and then you can make it more uh what's the other, not difficult, but more complex.
Yeah.
And
More
then
complex. Yep. That's
and then what you want to do is then you can make it complex by simplifying again, right?
yeah.
Take the
Okay.
complexity and simplify. So take a cooking class, and
Yeah.
don't worry about grading. Just go ahead and take a cooking class. The part that you're going to want to remember is that they're going to really go over the tools,
Yeah.
right? And you're going to go, why am I not cooking? And they're going to make you go over, right,
Yeah.
other stuff, and you go, but where's the cooking? So what you want to do is you need to do 2 other things while you're taking cooking. All right.
Mhm.
So you take your cooking class, you go on one of the channels, and you just start cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. So you cook for fun, and then you're learning the basics so that you know how to cook properly.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. And
Hmm.
then you can start creating that way. In the meantime, keep writing.
Yes.
Okay. It's
Yes.
really important for you to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
typically go on walks and runs and stuff. Yeah. Like I go on walks and runs. So I try to walk. I do try to walk like every now and then. I don't, it's not like every like once a month or like some crazy like that. I typically do like to like, I know whenever I'm at my dad's house, I tend to whenever I'm at my mom's house, I go on runs with my little brothers. And then when I'm here, I just tend to like go on walks, because here, like over here, there's like a really nice trail that I can just like walk on, and there's like no cars, like no noise, because it's like a foresty kind of area. So like I can just like go on like a long walk, and there'll be like no cars in sight, no street, like it's just a long trail. So it's not really long. It's kind of like the path I go, I would say is like 3-ish miles, 2 miles kind of. So like I just go on that, and I'm just like, and then whenever I feel like turning around, I just like, whoop, turn around.
right. Well, I love that you do all this. And what I mean by getting you out of the house is it's time to share yourself with new people.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense. Okay.
You're a joy, and people will get a kick out of you, especially as you are learning stuff, because
Mhm.
you love getting your mind blown, you know.
Yes. Yes.
So
I do
so
like learning about new things and just like
exactly, right? So taking a cooking class. If Are you going to school right now?
I kind of did like just finish recently. Yeah. So but I mean technically I am, yeah. Like
Okay. So what you want to do is that you want to, I know it's not fun because the thing that's really interesting about you is that if it doesn't apply to you now, it's of no interest to you at all.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So this is
that,
why it's really important. If you take a cooking class, then you say, okay, in cooking class, I'm learning all this. And then as soon as I get out of class, I'm going to do what I want to do with cooking. Okay.
yes.
It's not like you have to stay in your own lane and then you're going to cook and then you're also going to write. So,
Mhm.
so when you go, so I would recommend going to school. I don't care if it's like if you're going to do it through regular college, community college, what's that called? Where they have, where it's an
Culinary?
interest. Well, you could go to culinary school,
Oh, okay. I thought
right?
that's what you were thinking about.
Culinary school's a little bit of a, uh, it's a little bit of a commitment for you, right?
Ah,
So I would say go take an interest class first,
okay.
right? And then
Yeah,
go through, or take take the beginnings of, take some kind of beginning culinary class. And
yeah.
then before you can make before you make a commitment, or find out if you can go in without making a commitment,
Okay,
right?
yep.
That's what you
Mhm.
want to do. Okay.
Okay, yep.
Okay. Then what you want to do is that you want to take another class that's going to stimulate your brain because you're super smart.
Yeah,
And then it's important for you to take your writing class.
yes.
Okay. Now, writing class, it feels like, tell me if I'm wrong. Um, it's important. It feels
Yeah.
like that's the class that you're most afraid of. Is that true or not true?
I mean, I'm not really afraid of those classes. Like, if there was like a creative, because like in high school, I took both creative writing classes, the only two that were like even there, creative writing 1 and 2. And then for college, I took creative writing 1 and 2 again, or like, yeah, I think that's what it was, 1 and 2. Like,
Uh-huh.
so I wasn't really afraid of like creative writing classes in particular, because like I always did well in creative writing classes. Like I never really did poorly in one. So like I always knew what I was doing, and I was just like, because I enjoyed creative writing. I was just like, oh, like I like doing this, so I might
Mhm.
as well so I like doing this, so I'm gonna do it. Like, so like, yeah, like, and I'm gonna try my best on it. So yeah, like,
Okay. So then there's something. So here's what I'm feeling, and I could be wrong, right?
yeah.
So it's time then to go to writing groups and start working your writing groups, start working in writing groups
Mhm.
and start getting the feedback that you need. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. I didn't even know writing groups existed. So yeah, that
Okay,
makes
let's get you
sense.
into right. And so get into a writing group, because what you now in writing groups, um, I don't know a ton about them, but it's time. But what happens is that you're going to be with other writers, you work through things, and I
Hmm.
do believe that they give feedback. All right.
Ah,
And
okay.
then they talk about, and you talk about what's the purpose of it. Is it just for you? Do you want to publish? Do you want to
Okay.
this is in, right? So
Yeah.
these are the things that you're going to want to do. So by doing a writing group, okay, and
Yeah.
getting that feedback, the feedback is the sense that I get that um is that not that you're afraid of it, but it's not going to be as fun if you go into writing groups and get that kind of critiquing,
Ah,
right?
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because like I never really like I do appreciate like good criticism, right? Like I do appreciate good criticism. I just like I get a little like it's not like mega super ultra anxious or something. I just like a little like a teeny little like anxious when I get like when because like if they're like a little like too harsh on the criticism. Like I never know if they're a little too harsh. So I get a little, it's like a little smidge like anxious when that
Well,
happens.
sure. I mean, it's super personal, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, it's subjective to a point, and then but there's other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So it's time to take that criticism and take it to the next level. Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
And I'm not saying that you have to thicken your skin, but it'll start a conversation of why are you saying that? And really sitting with, God, that kind of hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Can I handle it? right? But
Yeah.
really, and that's the thing that you want to come up against, because then you'll know whether or not you're ready to write a book. If
Yeah,
not,
that makes
then you
sense.
go cook some more, and then you keep your writing, private, and then you'll go back when you're ready again. But it's time to go to that place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
All
That
right. Okay.
that helps.
So,
Yes.
um, cooking sounds like it's perfect for you because it's got immediate, what's that called? Instant gratification.
Yeah, yes. Because once you finish, you get to see everyone eat your food and you get to try it, or you get to try it, I guess. I don't like, you get to try it and you get to like see it taste like just so good, and then you get to feed it to other people, and then you just see them consuming your food and you see them enjoying it too. And it's just like instant gratification. Yeah, instant
Perfect.
satisfaction.
So, right. So instant gratification is important for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So here are your 3 steps, because we're going to go ahead and just kind of wrap it up. Here are your 3 steps that you're going to find a place where you're going to learn like a cooking school.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's formal, private, if it's just like, I know that there's some places where you just learn Italian cooking, or you can learn, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
it's private. I suggest that you probably go through school so that you can get your credentials for it, and or credits. You can get your credits for it, and you can actually talk to counselors, or that structure. So if something doesn't work out, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. And then
Yes.
in the meantime, find a favorite TikToker or someone on Instagram where you
Yeah.
can follow and start doing some of their stuff,
Yeah.
so that's your instant gratification,
Yeah.
right? Because while
Okay.
you're going, man, I don't care about folding napkins. Then you
Yeah.
can go get on Instagram, pick something up, and
Yep.
then you can go back to folding napkins and feel better.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Cooking class,
Mm-hmm.
getting on, finding someone that you can follow
Yep.
to do cooking,
Yep.
right? And then the third is find a writing group.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That makes sense. That helps.
Okay.
Yes.
And I will tell you one last thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. If you ever decide that you need to get a job as well,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't have a job right now, do you?
I don't know.
Perfect. I don't feel like you need to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you decide that you need to, if you fulfill the cooking part of your life and the writing part of your life,
Yeah.
you will be happy in whatever job you have. Okay. Because you know that job is going to feed your interests.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready to turn your interests into a career, then it's going to be seamless.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Does that help? Does that help clear up some of your
Yes, that
indecisions?
does help a lot, actually clear up my questions and like thoughts and stuff. Yeah, that helps a lot, actually. Yes, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. No
Yes.
problem. Okay,
Like,
great. So I'm going to wrap this up. All right.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. So thank you so much, Aidan. Thank you so much
Yes.
for letting me do this with you.
Yes, thank you. Like, oh my goodness. Like, can I have a copy of this? Like, please.
Please,
Thank you.
absolutely. Text me
Yes.
or email me and I'll send you the link. Okay.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
thank you. I like,
No
oh my
worries.
goodness. Because
Yeah.
I'm
And
like, because I'm gonna
yeah.
like rewatch it and like take notes, like because
Good.
I
Yeah.
told my mom I was gonna like take notes and stuff. So like
Yeah. No, take notes later. And
yeah,
if I always say, if you listen to me more than once, that's like the best thing that I could ever ask for. Right. It's like,
yeah.
you listen to me. Shoot, my kids don't do that. So,
Yes.
yeah, thank you so much. And
Yes.
thanks for being a part of Strip Down What's Stuck.
Yes. Thank you too.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, oh my goodness. And you're welcome too. Yes.
Yeah, great. Tell your friends, because this is something that I want to do 100 of these.
Yeah, yes, I will
Right.
definitely let them know. Like, oh my God, this is actually like super. You have been really, really helpful. So yes, and you just have been like really just really kind the whole way. So yeah, I will definitely let them know about you, right? So like and the
I
whole
will.
like strip down thing that you're doing. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
All right. Thank you, Aidan.
Yes, thank you too, and you're welcome.